Hey, I'm Garrett. I'm an Ohio State cheerleader, and I also compete in Olympic weightlifting. Today I'm going to show you what a full day of eating looks like for me. It's around 6:30 in the morning. I have practice at 8:30, so let's make breakfast. The trick to getting perfect crispy bacon every time is to cook it on a baking sheet with water in the oven. This gives more time for the fat to render and for the collagen to convert into gelatin before the Maillard reaction begins. I like doing my scrambled eggs low and slow as this gives a nice smooth texture. You might think it looks undercooked. That's what I thought the first time I tried it this way, but I can assure you they're perfect. Raw yolk on top because it preserves the micronutrients better and I like the taste. Organic blueberries and raspberries on the side, and we have quite a beautiful meal. If you're gonna eat bacon, I would highly suggest getting uncured bacon. Generally, it's still gonna be cured with celery salt, but it's gonna be a lot lower in nitrates than regular conventional bacon. I would also suggest getting organic, pasture-raised if you can. Pigs are monogastric, they only have one stomach, and they can't filter out toxins the same way that cows can. But pork is significantly higher in vitamin B1 than beef is, so I try to have it at least a few times a week. Bon appetit. Time for practice. Home from practice and I am hungry, so let's make some lunch. For lunch, I'm having my standard carrots and rice that I showed in my last video, though this time I actually have bone broth. I saw something one time that said onions can boost your testosterone. Not sure if I totally believe that, but we're eating them anyway. Fun fact, did you know that mushrooms share more DNA with humans than they do with vegetables? The more you know. I'm also throwing in some ground bison, which is always grass-fed. It also has a slightly better micronutrient profile than ground beef, and it's generally a little bit leaner. Today, I'm using this seasoning blend from Costco and some smoked flaky salt. Once it cooks down, it kind of resembles the filling of a Philly cheesesteak. Serve it up with sauerkraut to give it some Reuben sandwich vibes, and we have another delectable, highly nutritious meal. Tonight at lifting, I'm working up to a heavy single on clean from the blocks, so I wanted to have a bigger carb meal to help fuel me up for that. I've been having this meal a lot recently without the rice, carrots, and bone broth, so I'm excited to see how it is all together. In my last video, I mentioned that while there might be some merit to eating vegetables, I mostly just have them for the taste. But with fermented vegetables and fermented foods in general, there's actually a lot of benefit to eating them. I know it's a pretty common notion in the animal-based community to say, avoid vegetables because they're full of defense chemicals. And while that is true, you kind of have to consume a lot for that to be a real danger. But with fermented veggies, those defense chemicals and anti-nutrients get broken down, so you don't have to worry about them at all. Plus, fermented foods are a great source of probiotics, which really help with digestion and gut health. Probiotics have also been linked to strengthening your immune system. Personally, my favorite fermented foods are sauerkraut, kimchi, and sourdough bread. This meal is delicious, by the way. So I've got an idea for a pre-workout shake. It's kind of an interesting combination. I'm gonna do cottage cheese, a banana, coconut water, and a scoop of Santa Cruz Paleo chocolate protein powder. That's pretty good. Almost done with my shake. It would appear that all the cottage cheese sort of settled to the bottom. On my way to lifting, I stopped at a few places to try and find a tie for cheer formal. I wanted to wear a bow tie because all my bow ties are at my parents' house. You would not believe how hard it is to find a bow tie that's not a clip-on at like a regular store. I ended up getting this green knitted tie. It's got a pretty cool texture to it. So my best clean ever is 355 pounds or about 161 kilos. Not sure what I'm gonna get today off the block, but I'd be happy with anything over 150 kilos, which is about 330 pounds. Let's get after it.
Drop it early and not the lift wouldn't count, whereas if you hold it for a second.
All right, not upset with that. Yeah. I was a little nervous after missing 150 twice, but I found a way to make it happen. Now let's eat. Last meal of the day, I'm having some skyr, which is pretty similar to Greek yogurt, but it's from Iceland. Bananas, blueberries, raspberries, and 100% pure maple syrup. Things like skyr and Greek yogurt have live and active cultures, and similar to the fermented foods, they're full of probiotics, which are great for your gut health and have all those other benefits I mentioned earlier. Additionally, they're full of casein protein, which takes a long time to digest, so it's great to have before bed so your muscles can get protein all throughout the night. It's also good to have if you know you're not going to be able to eat for a while. Tastes better than most ice creams in my opinion, and it's much better for you. If you want to learn more about eating this way, or just winning at life in general, check out the Behringer Book Club. It's my Discord server. I'll link it down below. If you enjoyed this video, check out this one next. It's another full day of eating, pretty similar to this. In this one, I give an overview of my whole diet and explain why I eat the way I do. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. This is Garrett Fogel, signing off.